right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Thanks to everyone who's on the meeting today. I'm glad you were able to make some time for this. Just an FYI, if you have to leave early, you have to run out for an appointment or something, no problem at all. Anyone who's been registered for this meeting will get an email follow-up with a copy of the recorded meeting. So if you have to run, don't worry about it. We'll get the full thing to you after the meeting has been completed. So again, thanks for being here. I just want to let you know, if you have any questions, you should see a button at the top of your screen that says Q&A. If you have any questions at all during the course of the webinar, just go ahead and submit a question right there. And I will go through the questions and answer them at the very end of the webinar. I'm going to do my absolute best to keep this to a half hour because I know you're all very busy. I might go over, 3 or 5 minutes, but at the very end we'll do the Q&A, which could last, longer depending on how many questions there are. So I will quickly introduce myself and TruePad as a company in case any of you have not heard of us yet. Obviously, you've heard of us in some regard if you're signed up for this webinar, so thanks for being here. What TruePad is we are a real estate search engine that harnesses the insights from expert real estate agents. So agents that know the market, agents that are working the market and out seeing homes every day, and we use insights from those agents to help home buyers see which homes are the best listings on the market, the homes with the best value that are likely to sell quickly. We essentially are helping the home buyer search for homes and pointing them in the direction of the ones that agents are saying are the best, because we believe that the real estate agents, the people with the boots on the ground really know the market better than anything else, and we're trying to bring the agent expertise back into the picture when it comes to the home search process. So a lot of what we do focuses around agents. And I am Eileen Romito. I am the Director of Agent Operations here. So I work very one-on-one quite frequently with a lot of the agents that are using our products, using our platform, and especially when we are developing something new, we usually run it in beta for a few months initially. So I work with a lot of the agents that are doing the betas. One of our newest features I will tell you about at the very end of this webinar, and that is in beta right now. So you'll have an opportunity to be a part of our beta for free, which is really exciting since you won't find much information about it on our website yet. So let's just get right into it here. At TruePad, a lot of what we do involves giving exposure to real estate agents who are proving their expertise on our site by sharing insights about homes that they've shown. And part of that exposure is in the form of social media outlets. And one of the things we've been focusing on recently is Facebook. And I have gotten the question from so many agents, why should I have a Facebook page? And, a lot of agents have their own personal profile, and they ask me, why should I have a page? I already have a profile. I have a lot of friends on it. I post my new listings on my profile. What's the difference? Why should I have a page? So that's kind of how this webinar came to be. I hope that a lot of you who have asked me that question are on the webinar, so I can answer it for you right here live. Let's first of all go over the difference between a profile and a page. A lot of people kind of use the terminology a little bit differently. You might hear people say, I have a personal page and a business page, but the technical term in the Facebook world is a profile versus a page. So a profile is what you will have when you sign up for Facebook initially. Everyone will have a profile, and a profile is meant to represent you, yourself, as a person. And again, this is sometimes what people mistakenly call a personal page, but it's called a profile. A page is something different. A page is kind of like Facebook's version of a mini website. And a page can be used to represent any sort of entity that you want. You could represent a business, a hobby, a neighborhood, maybe a whole city, a school, a club that you're a part of, you name it. A page can represent basically anything you want. Now, when you set up a Facebook account, you're going to have one profile. You can create as many pages as you like under that same account, okay? There's no direct linkage between the page to your profile unless you allow there to be so. So you could create a page and be completely anonymous to it. But for the purposes of today, we're going to talk about a page in more of the business aspect, because I believe most of you on this webinar today are real estate agents, so this will kind of relate mostly to you. So why would you want a page rather than a profile? What more does it offer you? The first thing is the call to action, and we will refer to this as the CTA. The call to action is something that drives people to take a very specific action that you want them to take and allows them to do it very easily. So let's go through some real life examples of calls to action. Oh, and of course my PowerPoint seems to have frozen here. Hold on a second. Oh, there we go. All right, so this might be recognizable to many of you. This is a screenshot from Pinterest. So obviously the main thing that pops out to you here is the beautiful image of the kitchen. That's the first thing you see. But the second thing that you see is the CTA, that bright red button at the top right that says save. What does Pinterest want you to do? What is the primary thing they want you to do? They want you to pin that image to one of your boards. They want you to save it. So they make it just front and center, visible, bright red, you can't miss it. They're driving you to take an action that they want you to take. And then there's kind of a secondary call to action below that, the gray read it button, which obviously is a kind of more secondary because it's gray. It's a little less obvious, but it's there. So those are examples of calls to action. Here's another one that also might be recognizable to a lot of you. This is a screenshot from Amazon. So if you were about to purchase something, Amazon makes it super simple for you to do that. They put two big yellow buttons right in front of you, add it to cart or buy it right now. So one thing they want you to do is buy this product, and they've made it so easy for you to do that. So how does this apply to Facebook? Let me show you an example of a profile, a personal profile. This is what a profile looks like on Facebook. You've got kind of some like sort of secondary CTAs, the follow button and the message button, but nothing really stands out as much as just the images at the top. There is really no main primary CTA on a profile page. I'm sorry, on a profile. On a page, this is an example of a page, and this is TruePat's Facebook page. Front and center, bright blue, right there, the Learn More button. And that's the one thing that you, as the business owner, want the user to take action on, and they put it right there, right up in front. So the cool thing about Facebook is that they allow you to completely configure this button however you want. So they give you it feels like an almost endless amount of options for what this button says and what it does. So for example, let's say you've just spent a lot of money on a video about yourself, kind of like a biography video, and you want everyone to see it. That Learn More button could link to your video and have it start auto playing. Or maybe the one thing you want people to take action on is contacting you. You could have that button say, get in touch, and then it would automatically pre-populate your phone number or your email address or send you a message on Facebook. Whatever it really is you want that user to do, Facebook gives you an option to do it. So this, again, is only available on a page, not on a profile. The second reason you would want a Facebook page is you can test before you boost. So real quickly, let me explain to you the difference between posting and boosting. Posting is when you create a post, your followers, people who have liked your page, may see it in their news feed. Boosting is when you take that post and turn it into a paid advertisement, which your non-followers may see in your news feed. So what you need to do is use your page as a testing ground for which content is most engaging to people. So let's put it this way. If you had, say, $100 today to spend on a Facebook ad, how do you know that the content, the text, and the image in that ad that you're about to spend $100 on is going to work? How do you know that? Well, that's where a page comes into play, because what you can do is you can constantly be generating content and generating posts and then measuring the results of those posts to see which ones people are engaging with, which posts are people liking, which posts are people sharing. Maybe that's what you want. Maybe you want kind of that viral activity going on. And then select which ones are doing what you want them to do and selectively boost them. So again, if you're spending money on Facebook advertising, this is your testing ground. See what works, see what's engaging your followers before you spend money to display it to your non-followers. And again, just real quick, I want to pause really here. I've seen a lot of people kind of hop on since I started talking. If you missed the beginning of this, don't worry. I'll be sending out a recording of it. And if you have any questions at all, you should see a Q&A button at the top of your screen. Just submit it, and I'll go through those at the end of the webinar, okay? Thanks so much for joining. So this is going back to the kind of measuring your posts. This is what a Facebook page provides you in terms of reporting about how your posts have done. So as you're going through and creating regular content and regularly posting things on your page, you're going to start to see the reactions to them, the reach being how many people saw this in their newsfeed, the engagement being how many people clicked, how many people reacted, commented, or shared. So using this example, the question is, okay, if I have $100 to spend today to turn one of these boosts or one of these posts into a boosted post, which would be essentially a sponsored advertisement, which one am I going to get the most bang for my buck from? And the pretty obvious answer there is that top one, because the engagement and the reactions, comments, and shares was so high. Of course, you may have different goals for different types of ads, so you can use this to determine which one is most likely to result in what you want to happen. And then you quickly can just boost it. You put in your credit card number, it's really straightforward. And we'll go through that live in the second portion of this webinar where we actually create a page together. The third reason to have a Facebook page over a profile is because you can schedule your posts. So as a real estate agent, I know you are all very busy. I know from experience, I was a broker myself, and it's very hard to find desk time to do the things you really need to do at the desk, but you're out in the field all day. So the beauty of a page is that you can schedule your posts. So when you have an hour to sit down, you can crank through and get posts scheduled up for the rest of the week, for the rest of the month, whatever it is you decide to do. This is how it kind of looks. You can create the post, put in some text, and then instead of publishing it like you normally would on your profile, you also have the option of scheduling it for a later date. Another interesting thing you can do is you can backdate posts. So if you have just created your Facebook page, let's say today, but you don't want it to look like you just created this page today, you can go back and backdate the post so that it appears you've been posting for quite some time. And then lastly, you can save a draft. So let's say you wanted to post about a new listing of yours, and you have the text already, you have time at the computer right now, and you want to get it teed up, but you don't have the pictures for it yet. The photos haven't come back from the photographer. You can save it as a draft with the text and then add the photos later and publish it when you're ready. The fourth and final reason that I'm going to talk about today regarding why you should have a page is the metrics. And after we get through this, I will show you a live demo of actually creating a page. Now, metrics I know aren't for everyone. Not everyone's a number person, but I am telling you the amount of information you can get out of a Facebook page is astounding. It's really, really amazing. And this could honestly be a multiple series webinar topic in and of itself. So we're not going to get into the depths of the metrics. I also don't want all of your eyes to glaze over for anyone who's not a numbers person. But for now, just suffice to say, there's a lot of information in there you can learn about your business and your posts. Let me show you a few brief examples. What you can learn about is who am I resonating with? Facebook will actually show you where your fans are coming from. So maybe you're resonating well with people in a different city than you even were marketing to. And maybe this is going to cause you to think about marketing to a new area. Why are people from a different area liking you? Kind of analyzing what is going on with your business. You could also kind of see the demographic breakdown of the people who are interested in you and who have liked your page. So this is a great way for you to help understand where your other marketing activities are going to be best well spent. So for example, let's say you see that you're resonating really well with the 65 and over crowd. You're probably not going to want to focus a lot of your marketing activities, say, on Snapchat, for example. whatever it is, this is a great way to learn about your business and who is really engaging with you, who you're resonating with, and help you develop better content and kind of gear your marketing activities to the right place. You also can learn about, like, what am I really doing well and what could I improve? Because you can see where your page follows happened. How did people start following you? Where did they come from? So what is working well to generate more people following your page? And then also you can kind of see over time what's happening as far as your followers. Was there a day and time where you created a post that people just absolutely loved and people followed you because of that post? Maybe that post went kind of viral and a lot of people shared it, thus encouraging other people to like your page. You can see that spike. So this is kind of the top right corner graph that I'm referring to, where you see like a big spike in organic followers. You can also see where people might have unfollowed your page. So maybe you created a post that people didn't like so much. You'll learn from it here. It's lesson learned. I won't create a post like that again. I see what happened. I see exactly what the results were of that post. Lesson learned. So this is a great way to learn what's going on and how you are causing people to react to the content you've put out there. And then after you've created a button on your page, like we talked about in the first section here, the call to action, if your button relates to people clicking through to your website, it's going to show you how many people click that button and click through to your website. Or if it's, click to email or click to message, they'll show you how many people click that button to message. So you'll see actually how that call to action button is paying off. So let's go to the kind of live portion here where I'm actually going to go into Facebook and create a page with you guys right here on the line. So let me just get this up here. Can you all see my Facebook page? Can you still see the Facebook on my screen? Can you just type in the chat if you don't see it? Okay, sounds like we're good. Okay, thanks guys. Just want to make sure I don't miss anyone here. So this is Facebook, and I'm assuming most of you have a Facebook account already and a personal profile. If not, it's very easy to create one, just facebook.com and you create one. Once you create one, Facebook's going to walk you through a lot of the things, but let's talk about creating a page from that account that you've created recently. So to do that, you're going to go to the arrow in the upper right corner, and then you're going to just click Create a Page. Now, here's where you can select what type of a page it is, and this will kind of tell Facebook what sort of a template the page should start with. You can do a lot of editing and tweaking once you've created that page, but this is kind of just a starting point. So think about what really you are. In most cases, as a real estate agent, local business is probably the right one, but maybe you're running a page for your entire company or entire brokerage, in which case the company might make more sense. Or let's say you're an agent who's more of a public figure, you're a well-known agent, you appear in media or on TV, maybe a public figure page makes more sense for you. But whatever you decide here, you can do a lot of changing once you get into the page itself. So let's start with local business or place. And then you're going to choose a category, which in this case is obviously going to be real estate. And then you're going to put a business name. For your page, what makes a lot of sense is, what really makes sense is think about what kind of content you're going to be posting to that page and make sure that the name represents that content. So if you want this to fully represent you as a person, definitely include your name in it. And absolutely try and include the word real estate or real estate agent or realtor so that people know what they're looking at when they see your page. Alternately, you might want to create a page that's about a neighborhood market. Let's say you want to have a page that represents South Loop real estate, and it's not so representative of you yourself, but more representative of that concept. Then you might name the page that. Whatever it is you decide is going to be applied to anything you post. It's going to be at the title of your page. So just think through that. In this case, for this example, let's just do Matilda Higgins. That's my fake real estate name. Matilda Higgins, real estate agent. And then I'm going to include Chicago. so that when people see my page, we'll just say 123 West Main Street, which is not a real address, but we'll pretend it is, put a phone number, address, etc., and hit get started. So Facebook is actually going to walk you through kind of, hey, do this next, do this next, do this next. But in case you don't have the time at the moment to get through it all, we can skip this and we'll go right to what the page looks like. So you can see what it looks like from the outset and where to go to create new things to start getting this page going. So obviously the very first thing, and they just suggested this to us, is to upload a photo. This right here on the left-hand side is your profile photo. This will be attached to any post you create in the upper left corner. It's going to be small, so make sure whatever you put in here looks okay when it's shrunk down to a small size. You probably don't want to put something in here that has a lot of text, for example. And definitely make sure it's okay being cropped to a square. So we'll just upload a photo, I'm going to put my profile photo in here. All right, so I'm just going to save it. If I wanted to reposition it, I could have done that. And every time I've uploaded a profile photo, it takes a minute, so I'm not sure why Facebook's very slow with that. But there we go. Your profile was successfully saved, and then it refreshes the page, and I can see my profile photo. Now you want to add a cover photo. Now, cover photo, this is going to hover kind of at the top of your page, and it's going to, it's really just representative of your business. So maybe it's a picture of a home, a skyline. Maybe it's your logo, something, kind of more graphic and visual. Also remember that it's going to be a rectangle. So uploading something that might be in the shape of a circle photo, cover upload, probably doesn't make a lot of sense because it won't look really optimized for the page. So ideally select an image that is already a rectangle or a square photo that's okay, that looks okay once it's cropped to a rectangle. And then just hit the save button. There you go. One thing you want to check too is make sure you're uploading images that have high enough quality so they're not becoming pixelated once they're appearing on the screen. Because of course, this is your business page. It's representing you as a real estate agent who's marketing homes, and you want yourself to look marketed well and professionally too. So the next thing we're going to do is add that button that we talked about at the very beginning of this presentation, that call to action. It's right here, add a button, and you kind of select through the different options Facebook has pre-populated for you. What do I want people to do? Maybe I want them to get in touch with me. Under Get in Touch, I have a variety of options. Do I want people to call me right away when they hit that button? Do I want that phone number to be pre-populated in their phone? Do I want them to maybe send me a message, etc.? Or learn more. Maybe I want people to be taken to a third-party website where they can see more about me. So for this example, we'll just add a Learn More button linking to my website. In this case, I'll actually use my True profile, which is my profile on on TruePad that kind of represents me in the best light. I'm going to link right to that, add the button. There we go. All right, now we're more than halfway through it. So we're almost done, guys. This is very, very quick setup process. Now over at the left-hand side, you'll see a bunch of tabs. Now remember, this Facebook page kind of operates like a mini website in a way. So Facebook has set me up with pre-populated tabs. They may or may not apply to what I want my page to look like. So I'm going to go through and just edit these tabs and clean off any ones that don't make sense to me. So to do that, I'm going to go up to Settings. And then I'm going to go to Edit Page on the left-hand side. And now here are those tabs. Now I could use the default tabs. We'll just leave the defaults on. But what I want to do is let's say I want the About tab to be moved up a little bit. I'm going to move that to the top, just drag and drop. And then let's say I want the Shop tab off. The Shop tab allows people to literally buy something from me on the spot. Unfortunately, I don't think people are actually buying homes directly off Facebook with their Visa card yet. So we'll turn this off just hit the off button or toggle rather, and then hit save. And, you know, that looks good. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'll go back to my page and make sure that those changes took place. Yep, there we go. The About is at the top. The Shop tab is gone. Great. So now let's look at the About tab. This is kind of what people are going to look at to learn about me and my business. There are a couple of things you're going to want to update here for sure. First thing, your email address. Enter your email address so people can contact you if they want to. Enter your website if you do have a website or a profile online that you want them to connect to when they click that button. Your True profile is a great one that everyone will have already pre-populated for them on TruePad. The About is a short 1 to 2 kind of sentence, 255 characters about. So this is just really high level. What are you? What do you do? So, you know, it'll just be like Matilda Higgins is a residential, you know, real estate agent in Chicago, Illinois, specializing in single family homes, let's say. And that's really all there is to that one. Then you have a longer kind of story section where you could put a longer description about yourself and your business. More information can go here than in the About part. And then finally, if you want to connect your page to your personal profile or the profile of your team, someone on your team, you can just connect it by adding yourself here. That kind of goes through the main things on the About. Then the next thing I would recommend to you is just go through each of the tabs and make sure they are configured properly for what you want people to see. Remember, people are going to be poking around here if they're interested in you, so make sure you poke around first and ensure that what is on there is what you want to be seen. We won't go through each of them here for this purpose. The next thing you're going to want to do is invite people to like your page, because when people like your page, then if you create a post, then your post is likely to show up in their news feed. So if you don't have any friends liking your page, it's kind of like, you know, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, doesn't make any noise. You have to make sure people see the stuff you're posting. So you're going to just want to invite your friends to like this page. This will pre-populate a list of all of the people you are already friends with personally on Facebook. Now, in this example, this is kind of a fake account I've created, so I have no friends. But if you do have a personal profile on Facebook, you will have friends pre-populated in this list, and you can just simply select them and invite them. You can also do that here up in this tab, Invite Friends. So there's 2 places where you can do that, but make sure you do that before you start posting anything, because you need the likes for people to actually see it, unless you're just spending money to boost all of your posts. Then the final thing you're going to want to do, obviously, is create a post in itself. So let's just create a, you know, I just listed 1234 West Main Street. Usually you want to link to something, right? Or include something people can click on, something people can do. So let's link to the listing detail page, the information here. Excuse me, I'm getting a little sick here. And let's say I also want to add some photos. So I'm going to add a photo of the listing. And then this is where we talked about earlier, where you can schedule this for later, backdate it if you want, save it as a draft. I'm going to take out this little preview from the link and just allow the photo to be in there. Here, let's just do that again. There we go. That's how we want it to look. And then just hit publish. So this will become a post that, again, might appear in the news feed of your followers. But let's say this is a great new listing. I want to spend some money on advertising it. I want people that aren't necessarily my followers to see it as well. Then I would boost the post. It's so easy to do this. Facebook makes it super simple. You just kind of go through, select your targeting criteria, where, what location, and what age range. You can edit that here. Go through, enter the amount you want to spend, how long you want it to run, and then when you click boost, it's going to ask you to put in your credit card information. It's so easy. And then just real quick, you can see the insights on your posts and your boosted posts here in the Insight tab. So once you get things going, take a look at that Insights tab and you'll start to see a lot of different things going on. So that is all you need to do to get started with a Facebook page. I mean, that took us 10 minutes, right? And that was with me talking and going through things one by one. So it does not take long at all. It's so easy to get started. Obviously, you can spend a lot more time configuring everything, tweaking, doing all these sorts of things. But to get started, that's all you need. And then the main question I get from people after that point is, well, I don't have time to actually create posts. Again, I'm out in the field all the time. I'm so busy. I just don't have time. Maybe I have an assistant. Even my assistant doesn't have enough time to do this extra stuff. So that's where TruePad is offering a brand new product. I would love for you all to try it. It's in beta right now. It's called TrueAssist for Facebook, and it's free while it's in beta, so definitely take advantage of this opportunity. What we do is we create posts automatically to your Facebook page, automatically, completely hands-off for you, based on a variety of activities. The first category of those activities is posts about your listings. So based on what's going on in the MLS, on your listings. And now let me just start by saying we're attached to the MRED MLS currently. So if you are in a different market, please reach out to me on my follow-up email and let me know that you are interested in bringing TrueAssist to your market. But right now, we're attached to MRED here in Illinois. So this is available for you guys. We will post a post when you have a home that's just listed, when you have a weekend open house coming up, a price reduction on a listing, one of your listings hits TruePad status, which means that based on the insights from other agents who have shown the home, that it's one of the best listings on the market. The agents are saying it's a great listing and it's likely to sell quickly. We'll also post when you just sell one of your listings. So this automatically happens for you, hands off. The second category of posts that we create to your page are posts about you and your expertise. So if you have a buy-side sale, that is something we'll post about. We will also post monthly market updates for you based on the areas where you are doing a lot of activity. So if you have a lot of sales in a particular neighborhood, or you're sharing insights about homes on TruePad in a particular neighborhood, we start to identify where you're active as an agent, and we will automatically post market updates for those areas. A whole variety of other things. We kind of give away badges if you're good at a variety of things, like you're selling homes on average for close to list price, your listings, or your top 1% in quarterly sales for an area. Or as you're sharing insights about homes on TruePad, you are doing a very great job of estimating how long they will take to sell or what they will sell for. If you're good at that, we give you a badge for that, and it becomes a post to your page. You might become a mayor of a neighborhood, or simply you've just shared insights about a home that you showed the other day. When you share insights on a home, you will get exposure on our site as the reviewing agent, and then also that creates a post to your Facebook page. So it's killing two birds with one stone. You're getting exposure to home buyers who are searching for homes, while at the same time creating content for your page. So to sign up, you would just sign up at agents.truepad.com. Now again, as I mentioned, TrueAssist in itself is in beta right now, so you won't find a lot of information about it directly on our site once you've created an account. But we will reach out to you after you've created an account and give you the instructions for getting it connected to your Facebook page. That will be me reaching out to you. So hopefully I'll talk to you all again soon. And if you have any questions at all, please reply to the email I'll send to you as a follow-up. I'm just going to check and see if there's any Q&A here in the Q&A section. No open Q&A. So if you have any questions before we kind of wrap up here, go ahead and put them in the Q&A section. There should be a button at the top left of your screen where it says Q&A. Just submit a question and I'll be able to answer it. And if you think of a question later, again, just reply to the email I will send out as a follow-up to all of the people who have registered for this webinar today. Thank you guys so much for your time. It was great to have so many of you on here. I hope I answered a lot of the questions that I've heard in the field in the past month or so. And looking forward to connecting with you all in real life as you sign up for a TruePad account and get connected for TrueAssist. Thanks so much. You guys all have a great day.